So hot out here, y'all. I was trying to get my tomato plants watered. I was trying to get my tomato plants watered, and it is so hot, but I knew I had to get out here and get these tomato plants watered. I knew that if I didn't, I wouldn't get. Let me see if I can get this camera done. I couldn't get my. I can't see that, y'all. Anita, hi. I can see barely. All that that macular degeneration is just hard for me to see out here in the sun. But I'm trying. And yes, I don't have my you know what's in, and I don't give a shit because that COVID made sores in my mouth, and I can't wear them. So y'all just have to get over it and love me for whatever. I know you don't mind. But look here, I've got. Go see them pineapples. See, that's the way I plant my pineapples. And that's that moonflower there. See that moonflower? And this is just the asparagus fern, and then we got our tomatoes and a few things there. I'm trying to get this property cleaned up, and I don't seem to have any luck, and maybe one day. But the herbs, let me show you all the herbs. Lord help. Here's the herbs. See, I've got the herbs, and I've still got to plant these. But the Lord kept them alive, all these, because I didn't know what I was going to do. Trying to keep those alive. And so at least I got it done. At least I got that done. My camera's crooked. I'm crooked looking, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm trying to. I can't see a lot of y'all. But one reason I came on, not because of all these flowers and herbs, but I was going to discuss with y'all. A lot of you wanted to know about my artwork, and I don't do it very often, but my veterinarian daughter lost her dog, and it broke my heart, you know, when we lose an animal. And so I told her, yeah, I'll do a portrait. I hadn't done portraits in years of animals and stuff, but I did, and it cuts down on the vet bill for the kitty cats because she helps me, kind of barter, and that helps me. Let me see if I can get that photograph so you can see it. So that's what I was out here doing, was putting a film on it. Hi, Anita. Simply, y'all remember there's some way we can, oh, there it is. Sharon, hi. N-O-T, I can't read that. Nothing, no, something. Lovely, something. You like my shirt? Well, I'd let you have it if you was here because I've got so many clothes after all those years working at the apparel mart. But here is I just had to print it off, and it's not a very good photograph, but this is the dog. This is her dog that passed away. He's the most beautiful, I don't know what kind he is. I mean, she could tell me. And so y'all are always asking, and I don't do it, like I said, I don't do a lot of portraits of people, of animals, of paintings anymore because you got to have a mindset, y'all, to especially in artwork or crafts. I used to do a lot of it. And a lot of my pieces are going to go to the American Cancer Society Center in Dallas, Texas, so that they don't get put in a museum and never see the light of day. Uh, some of my Georgia O'Keeffe pieces and things like that. So that'll be an exciting adventure for us to all go on once I get that taken care of. But here's the dog. See that? My brains just don't work anymore. Here's the dog. Now, I was out here spraying. This is the portrait. This is the portrait of the dog. Let me see if I can. I'm not so sure if I can let y'all see that portrait. Maybe you can. Can you see that? Like that. Well, that's the portrait. And I got it finished, and I sprayed it with the spray. I always spray these are the French oil painting, the French oils, which, if y'all like to paint, I found these a long time ago. You don't use turpentine or thinners, you use water. They're an oil paint. They dry just as beautiful as oil paints, but you just thin them with water. And I've always used those, but I was out here spraying the back of the canvas because I feel like that a painting, when I spray the canvas, it makes the painting on the front part, it just brings out the colors. Now that may be just a figment of my own imagination, but I'm not so sure. It's just my experience, and that's what I do. So I was going to deliver that today, and this afternoon, because I've got to get some worm medicine for my cat that's been sick. And I thought, I better go on the show and have a show so they can see at least the painting, because I don't really take pictures and toot my own horn or anything like that very often. And I thought they need to see that if they've asked for my work, and that's just one of the pieces. And most of my stuff is in my art loft up above this deal here. That's why I have the French doors there. That goes into my art studio. And of course everything is put up, and I just don't feel like getting it out. You know, even before the COVID, I didn't feel like crawling up in that hot loft, you know, trying to get those big old canvases down that I've already finished that are going to go to Dallas. But I hope y'all are doing good today. I'm doing really well. Allergies, you know, allergies is really bad right now. And Mom is doing great. She's in there probably directing. I'm the only person I know that's got a 93-year-old director, but she's good. You sound better than what you have been. Yeah, simply I do. Portrait I couldn't read. Let's see. Well, y'all just have to. That new, there you go. Real looking portrait. That's Zippity. Hi, Zippity. Amazing. Amazing dog. You're better, Billie Jean. I sure am, y'all. I'm better. Hi, simply. I can't say that. No, Zippity. Okay. Yeah, I'm better. But now I've got the allergy because of the cottonwood trees. If y'all never been allergic to cottonwood, you don't want to get allergic to it because it is something else. But so back, Mother's fine. She's in there, and we just had. I always have eggs for breakfast, y'all. I always. Sharon. Let's see, Sharon. Beautiful dogs look a little bit like Springer Spaniel. Well, it probably is. She has too many clothes, and she's glad I offered her this shirt. That's funny. Yeah, Jimmy, I'm better. Yeah, I'm better. That's just all I was saying. I've got me a. Today I'm drinking Kool-Aid. I thought I feel like a little boy today. I'm gonna drink Kool-Aid. I like Kool-Aid, but I try not to drink much more than lemon and lime in water, because that bitterness cleans out all the bad quality of things. I got some good news this morning about uh, the internet computer thing, and there's a new modem there that I'm gonna get, and possibly that'll solve our problems, and I hope that the heck it does, because I didn't know what I was gonna do, y'all. You know, you live out in the sticks and our small towns. This isn't like down on the river, so we'll see if that fixes it, and then we can do our. I can go back to doing our live antique shows, and or I can do them or my sales. Or I talked to Granny Pat last night. She was so glad to hear from me. She said people on her channel have been asking about me, but she just told them that she had texted me and that I was doing okay. But we had a good visit. I get in there with Mom, and we just all turn the video on and laugh and talk. And I said, "Well, boy, your channel, you got 38,000 followers. I told everybody they need to go over there and subscribe to your channel, because we want to get you at 40 or 50,000, you know." And she said, "Oh, I'd be happy about that." But she's doing really well, and her stories are very good. I can't watch. While I was sick, I didn't get to watch many of anything. But I told her, I said, I'm going to catch up, and then we still watch Grandma Lois, and there's several that Mom watches, of course. And I just don't have a lot of time to watch. If I have time to watch, then I have time to produce or do my art or not. This kind of art, the videos, because I'm usually, finally you saw that I got Sunday's video up. I wasn't so sure, y'all. It took me 3 days to get that, and I would get it to 50% of those of you that know about uploading to YouTube. I get it at 50% or 51%, and it would cut off. I bet I did it 100 times. So I finally, last night, it just took hold, and it went to 70% and then 80%, and I thought, well, Lord, please just let it go on, because I've got to get this video on here. I told them I had cooked, and I don't want them to think I lied to them, and there it went. So we got that video, and those vegetables were good, and that all that stuff was good. And then there's Linda. I watched Linda down in I think close to Bowie, Texas. She does all those, she cooks and all that, and I like watching her. And there's so many artistic people that I have met off of YouTube, and especially Facebook, but YouTube, and I enjoy watching their videos because they give you new ideas or a new take on something, you know. And I think, well, I kind of thought about that, like when y'all tell me things when you're text messaging me or emailing me, and I think, you know, I'm glad that they reminded me of that. I knew that, but I'm glad they reminded me of that, because I just couldn't remember a lot of the details. So I've got to go and get the worm medicine at the veterinarian and try to help Snowflakey. He's the black and white kitty, and get him, maybe he'll make him feel better, I hope. And as y'all know, I'm feeling better, Mother's fine, and Everything's going well, and I'll come on just as soon as I can, and y'all keep letting me know how you're doing. You know that we pray for each other, and it's just good to know that we're all doing well. So I'll talk to you soon, y'all. I've got to get ready and get up to that veterinarian. Bye bye.